Now, lavalier microphones are really changing the game. Most YouTubers nowadays used to use those big chunky Rode microphones that looks like they were waving in aeroplanes like as they were coming into YouTube videos, but nowadays that doesn't seem to be a thing. Everyone's using these guys. If you don't know, this is the DJI Mic Mini. They're really cheap at the minute, so go get one before Christmas. And I'm trying to think, how cheap can you go before a microphone stops being beneficial? So in today's video, we are looking at the Q8. That's all it's called, the Q8. So this is what we're looking at today, a wireless microphone. Don't ask me the brand name, I actually have no idea. I will put some links in the video description for you guys, but obviously at the moment in time, I do not know. All we've got inside the box is that you've got two different color variations as well as for Type-C or for iPhone. The one I went for was Type-C. So let's get into it and see what we get. We do get the little user manual. It's a micro-gravité sans fil. Obviously, that's in French, but there's some different ones. So in other words, it's a lavalier microphone. We do get a very cheap USB to USB Type-C cable. Most cheap accessories comes with these sorts, but obviously nothing special. And then we get the product itself. Nice little LCD screen going on there. Tells you the battery percentage of the actual device. Yeah, left and right, says it's charging 64% on the main case, which isn't too bad. Now on the bottom, it just says wireless microphone, model Q8, input DC 5 volts, serial number, as well as a manufacturer. It's obviously somewhere in China. Yeah, there you go, obviously made in China. So we'll have a little look at the inside. On first appeal, not actually too bad. Like I said, I did open this up just to get the little bits of paper off the charging pins, but overall it's very basic and tactile. So they went for the more of a beige design for this one. I think they marked it as yellow, but it's not. You've got your RX as well as your two TX, your receiver and transmitters, and then on the inside you've got the two little pins either side for charging it. And yeah, that's about it. I can't tell you in the instructions because they're not in English. So we've got the actual receiver here. We've got two indicators left and right. I'm going to assume that's for these guys when they're connected. USB Type-C port there. And then we have a USB Type-C port on the side. So I'm not sure if this needs charged individually. I don't know. I'm learning as I'm going. Now the receivers themselves are not too bad. They're not the smallest, but they're not the biggest. On the front, we do have LED indicators. On the side, we've got a little yellow button. I'm learning. And then on the top, we do have what I'm going to probably say is the input grill for where the audio is latching in. And then on the back of them, we do have a little crocodile clip that does turn. It only has one place where it locks in, but it does turn. Then on the bottom, we've got the two charger pins as well as a USB Type-C port. So you can charge these if you don't have the case or if you don't like the case. I guess it's up to you. So what we're going to do is get this plugged into a phone and see what we're going from. Good old Samsung Galaxy S23. Get that unlocked. I'm going to get this plugged in. See what happens. So, two LED lights on the left and right. We've got the actual inputs. So, left indicator. So, on the actual, I'm going to see, does the instructions say anything? That would actually benefit me whatsoever. Okay, we're going to get rid of that because it's rubbish. And we're just going to test it out. So what we are going to do, we're going to do a little recording with the Samsung Galaxy. Yeah, we're going to do the video with this and actually try out these microphones to see what it sounds like. We'll go from there. So I'm currently recording on the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra. Now I don't have the wireless microphone plugged in yet, so we're going to get this plugged in. I'm going to see what the audio sounds like. Obviously, we'll do a little tap test so you know that I'm recording on this. So 1 second. I don't know if it'll just switch over. I'm not sure if it switched over, but just in case. So I'm currently recording. Let's clip this on. So this is currently the recording for the wireless microphone model Q8. Like I said, I have added some links in the video description, just if you want to go check this out for yourself. Trust me, it costs next to nothing. The previous audio which you did here was from the DJI Mic Mini, which is currently on the DJI website. I think it's at like £85 at the minute, but obviously the date for this video was recorded. Now, you as YouTubers and vloggers, equipment gets expensive. The camera above is a Sony a7 III that was over £2,000. I now have the Sony a4 with a lens combo that was also just over £2,000. So the equipment itself gets expensive. What I'm running on now is a SJ Cam tripod, a telegraph pole that I got off Amazon for about $1.99, a bracket from Amazon, which is from K&F Concept, which cost about £8, and then this thing. I'll let you decide. Check the links in the video description. You'll see how much I paid for it. And then you can decide whether this audio quality is good enough and if you want to use it. But like I said, you can get this in USB Type-C as well as for your iPhone as well. I know most iPhones nowadays, especially the new ones, are Type-C anyways. But if you're still working on an old school iPhone, then yeah, it's not a bad microphone. Let me know in the comment section how you think the audio sounds compared to, I don't know, the DJI Mic Mini. Let's put that in comparisons. Obviously with that, I did forget a couple bits and I've just realized. So the clip on the side is actually removable. It's a magnet. That's why it spun. I just didn't look at it properly. So what you can do with this is clip this under and then have it like that. And it's not too bad. So if we compare this to, again, with the DJI Mic Mini, which has got a magnet as well. DJI Mic Mini, the Q8. Size difference, not too different. The one thing I do want to check is this little switch button. So the DJI Mic Mini has one on the side, and obviously that's for your noise cancellation, but I don't know what this one's for. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know if it's a mute button. So I'm going to play back the audio and you guys can let me know what it sounds like. But yeah, I just thought I'd quickly show you that it does actually have a magnet. And now I've went from a 5 out of 10 to about a 7 out of 10 now. So I'm pretty happy with it. So guys, there you go. That was the lavalier microphone Q8. I've added some links in the video description so you can go check them out. But honestly, not that bad. Now, if you are trying to get into streaming, vlogging, YouTubing, or whatever you want to do, try not spending a fortune as soon as you start. I started my stream off with a Canon M100 and a cheap little microphone I got from Argos. I spent about £150 and that was my YouTube videos for about a year or two. And it wasn't until I started getting in touch with different companies and collaborations where I started upgrading my equipment. Now I am on year 5 or year 6 of actually making videos. I'm now currently recording on a Canon, no, not a Canon, Jesus, God, gone back in time there. A Sony a7 IV, I have a Sony a7 III over there. I record on a DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and I've got a few other cameras dicking about. And I currently record on this. You don't need to spend a fortune. It is personal preference. Don't let anybody tell you about that. You do not need to spend thousands on cameras and equipment. You don't need to. It's personal preference. If you're going into the professional aspect, then yes, maybe you need to start spending a little bit more money. But on the likes of microphones for small content creators, this is perfect. Check the links in the video description, and if you need any help, please do let me know. I am more than happy to help. But if you are a small content creator, I wish you the best of luck.